Picture this. You have a $5,000 credit card balance at 18% APR. You decide to play it safe and just pay the minimum each month. You think you're being responsible. You're making your payments on time. But what the banks don't tell you is absolutely shocking. That $5,000 balance will take you 14 years to pay off. 14 years! That's not a credit card payment, that's a mortgage. But here's where it gets even more devastating. By the time you're done, you'll have paid $4,200 in interest alone. That's almost as much as your original balance. You're essentially buying everything twice. This is the minimum payment trap, and millions of Americans are stuck in it right now. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. But what I'm about to show you will change everything. If you're finding value in this, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Building on what we just uncovered, let's expose the actual formula banks use to calculate your minimum payments. Most banks use a simple 2 to 3% formula. It sounds reasonable. It's designed to feel manageable. But here's what they're not telling you about that innocent 2% calculation. That percentage is calculated on your total balance, not your interest charges. This means the majority of your payment goes to interest, not principal reduction. With a $5,000 balance at 18% interest, your 2% minimum is $100. But $75 of that payment immediately disappears to interest charges. Only $25 actually reduces your debt. That's 25% effectiveness. This is why banks love the 2% minimum payment structure. It keeps you paying for decades while they collect maximum interest revenue. The compounding interest math becomes a wealth destroyer, not a wealth builder. Every month you pay minimums, compound interest works against you with mathematical precision. But now that you understand their formula, you can turn the math in your favor. Now that you understand the bank's formula, it's time to turn their own math against them. This calculator method will show you exactly how to escape the minimum payment trap forever. Step 1. Open any debt payoff calculator online. The specific tool doesn't matter. Step 2. Input your current balance. This number is your enemy, but knowledge is power. Step 3. Enter your interest rate. This is where the bank's profit lives. Here's the critical field most people ignore. The current minimum payment amount. This baseline shows you exactly how long the bank expects you to stay trapped. Now comes the game changer. Modeling different payment scenarios. Try doubling your minimum payment. Watch how dramatically the timeline shrinks. Try adding $50. Then $100. Each scenario reveals a different future. The key insight: small payment increases create massive time and interest savings. This calculator doesn't just show numbers. It shows you possible futures you can choose. Run this exercise for every card you carry. Knowledge is your first step to freedom. Now comes the part that will blow your mind. We've shown you the trap and the escape tools. But here are the exact magic numbers that transform everything. Remember our $5,000 debt at 18% interest? Adding just $50 monthly to your minimum payment changes everything. Your payoff time drops from 27 years to 7.5 years. That's nearly 20 years of your life back. But wait, it gets even better. Add $100 monthly instead. You achieve complete freedom in exactly 5 years. But here's the ultimate magic number that banks absolutely hate. Pay $167 monthly instead of the minimum. This cuts your payoff time by 70%, from 27 years down to just 8 years. These aren't just numbers, they're your ticket to financial freedom. Your brain is working against you. Every single time you see that minimum payment, it's called anchoring bias. That tiny minimum amount becomes your mental reference point. Your mind tricks you into thinking $25 feels reasonable, even responsible. But here's the sinister truth. Credit card companies engineer this psychological trap. They deliberately make minimums small. They want you anchored to that pathetic amount. Look at your statement design. The minimum is highlighted, bold, easy to find. The payoff time, hidden in microscopic print. They don't want you seeing 30 years. This creates the affordability illusion. $25 monthly feels manageable to anyone. Meanwhile, your wealth is being systematically destroyed, month after month. Your brain focuses on immediate affordability. It ignores long-term financial devastation. This is behavioral economics in action. They've studied your decision-making patterns for decades. Every statement layout, every payment option, designed to keep you trapped in minimum payments. But now you know their game. You can see through the psychological manipulation. The question is, will you break free from their carefully constructed mental prison? Time for brutal honesty. Your credit card statements are sitting there right now, waiting. Day one starts with this calculation. Take your current balance, divide by 12 months. That number, that's your baseline. But we're not stopping there. Add $50 to that baseline. Just $50. That's one dinner out per month. This exact amount becomes your new minimum. Not the bank's minimum. Yours. Now comes the crucial step. Automation. Because willpower fails when life gets messy. Set that payment to hit 3 days after your paycheck. Every single month. But wait. What about emergencies? Here's where most people panic and quit. Start small. $500 in a separate savings account. That's your buffer. Build this simultaneously with your debt payments. $25 each direction. Week 2 reality check. Your first automated payment went through. How does it feel? Week 3. Increase that payment by another $20 if you can handle it. Day 30 arrives. You've broken the minimum payment prison. Your balance is actually dropping. This is your new normal. Every month, that debt shrinks instead of growing. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe for more.